Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Bunch Nuts podcast. This is the annual State of Ohio State Hoop Show. Uh, Ohio State just comes off of arguably their best win of the season against USC. Some could say UCLA. It's a quad 2 win. They don't have a quad 1 win yet. Great win. They fought hard. My question is, Cass, I want to know where Degenerate T-Bone's at right now. Where is Degenerate T-Bone at? Because he wanted to throw in the towel earlier today, and I think this team's fired up now. I think that this is a whole shift in this team's mentality after hearing 97.1 the fans radio host just kind of saying, tank for the rest of the year, fire Diebler. No. I'm on get Bruce into the tournament. That's all I want. I want Bruce getting into the tournament. But great win tonight. Let's get into it, man. What were your thoughts?
They didn't start very well, but I think they just finished strong. Mobley hit a couple 3-pointers in the second half to kind of get him going. Bruce Thornton just 9 for 9 at the free throw line, which was huge. Um, I just think they need more out of Devin Royal, I think, even though he had a decent game tonight. Christoph Tilly had a decent game as well. He's been playing very well down the stretch. But if they can get I think if you really look at it, if you can get Mobley going down the stretch, which is going to create more opportunities for Bruce. I think they're going to be just fine. Bynum is actually starting to get it going. Um,
Bynum played unreal tonight, I thought.
yeah,
I thought he
I
was one of the
just,
best players on the court tonight.
I obviously I'm not one that has a lot of high hopes for this basketball team. Um, if you look at the Silver Bulletin Slack page, I'm probably the most negative when it comes to this uh basketball team, but they have a great opportunity here, and every opportunity is in front of them. They get a nice quad 2 win tonight, but they've got quad 1 games basically the rest of the way, other than I believe
Penn
Iowa and
State.
Penn State in Indiana, right?
Yeah, yeah. Indiana's one of those teams that like I feel like can flip into the quad one, so that's to be determined. Uh, I'm pumped, man. Look, I gotta address this. Like, I have not been locked in the basketball. I've been to a game this year, early season Notre Dame, and then it's just been football season. We've been so locked in on football because that's the bulk of this show. Obviously, we're getting into February here. March is around the corner, so we kind of shift into basketball for a little bit here. I'm just proud of the fight this team showed tonight. Jake Diebler tore ligaments in his knee yesterday, coached on basically a torn knee. John Mobley jammed both his fingers and didn't wasn't playing that good in the first half. Jammed both his fingers, driving the baseline. He ran into number 45 on USC, and comes in the second half and hits two clutch threes. So I'm really proud of how this team responded. For me, Cass, it's can this team get production from the bench? I think that's the biggest thing because I love I think Mobley will catch. He's streaky, but he'll get double digits easily. Royal should always get double digits, and then Bruce is gonna always get in the 20s. I think that's always fair. But tonight, I think the story was Puff Johnson to he was very productive for Ohio State. 8 points in 15 minutes. Hit two big threes, 2 for 2. Exactly what we need off the bench. Ivan Nagovian, uh, only at 1 point, but he had 4 rebounds and two offensive, two defensive. And then Chapman had 5 points, and Cups was decent too. He only had 2 points, but he was making plays. So if they can just get some type of production from the bench, I think that's gonna go miles for this team because it can't be just Bruce. Bruce can't be doing everything, and Mobley and Royal, one of them's hot and one's not. The bench has to help out too. If like Mobley, Royal, and Bruce are all play great, we're gonna all win most of the time. But like the bench has to step up, and they did tonight. I'm proud of the bench.
Yeah. Looking into Saturday, they play a Virginia team that just beat 11-13 Florida State team on the road by uh by 3. So Virginia 21-3 on the year, 15th ranked in the country. Buckeyes have a great opportunity Saturday to steal a huge non-conference win. Would be a quad one win for them. I don't. Virginia's one of those basketball teams that I'm looking at the stats from that game.
Hmm.
They let's see here. They were 10 of 33 behind the arc, 23 of 61, shot 38% from the field, and only won by 3. Where Florida State shot 18% behind the arc and 29% from the field. So if Ohio State continues to shoot like they did in the second half, where they were 60% in the second half today, they're going to upset Virginia Saturday.
Yeah, and Virginia's an interesting team to me just because like you said they just beat Florida State, but that Florida State team they're a completely different program now because after Leonard Hamilton has left. Um I think they're beatable. Ohio State has not lost 2 straight games this season, which is kind of crazy. When you kind of and people are so down on this team, and I've been apathetic at like because the Holtman era and everything, and then I've kind of been looking at it. They're not as bad as like usual Ohio State teams have been in the past couple of years. In January this year, I think they were 5-4, which is like one of their best Januaries actually the past like 5 or 6 years. And that's not saying a lot, but they kind of avoided that January slide. They haven't lost multiple games in a row, and 2 of their losses are right now to Michigan, who is the 1 seed, the number 1 overall seed. So and we saw a good 34 minutes they played up in Ann Arbor. I don't think this team is as bad as our fan base is making it. I just think our fan base is kind of feeling apathetic and sorry for themselves about this team, and I disagree. I think we should be excited about this team, and
Well, and
this is not propaganda either. I truly believe this team is solid.
I, they're decent. I don't think they're. I mean, I'm still very very optimistic that they're not gonna make the tournament. That's just
I think they're a tournament team.
and you think they're a tournament team. But
Yes.
I will let you know this. I'm looking down Virginia's schedule. They are blowing teams out at home, but they are winning they're either losing or winning very close games on the road. They beat Notre Dame by 3 in double overtime at home, but they blew out Pitt by 20 at home. They struggled against Boston College on the road. They struggled against obviously Florida State on the road. So we're going to Nashville. It's a neutral site.
It could be. I agree, man. It's anyone's game. Like obviously, Ohio State lost to Pitt this year in a close one, but they did beat Notre Dame. I think it was by 3, right? Or so.
In overtime, yeah.
We know it wasn't overtime. We won straight up at home because I was
No,
literally
it
there.
was overtime.
No, it wasn't. It was not overtime. It was not.
I was just looking at the schedule.
No, it was not overtime. Ohio State beat Notre Dame in regulation, 100%. I was there, 100%. 100%. I think they had it might have been by 2 because Notre Dame had I think a 3 at the end to win. I think it was 2. Hold on, let's pull it
Oh,
up.
yeah, it was 64-63 in regulation. My bad.
64, 63. Yeah. It was by 1. But it it's gonna be. I mean, I would give the slight advantage to Virginia, but like you said, it's a neutral site game. It's the what is it? The
They beat
Nash.
West Virginia in overtime. I'm sorry. I got that backwards.
You're good. They're calling it. Hold on, it has a specific name. It's the hold on. It's a new thing they're doing. It's the Nashville Hoop Showdown. That's what it is.
Dumb.
I like it.
I mean, I like it, but not this late in the year. It can really because I look at it this way: you beat Virginia. So let's say Ohio State upsets Virginia. All right,
Mhm.
they get a good victory, upset Virginia. Guess what happens now? They go right back into Big Ten play, and they take on at home against uh Wisconsin. We already know. Thing with the Wisconsin game that bugs me is we were up by 12 with 6 minutes to go in the first half, and then just laid an egg the rest of the way. So then it's after Virginia, they play at home against Wisconsin, and then at Michigan State, at Iowa, home against Purdue, at Penn State, and then finish the regular season against Indiana. It's not hard. It's not an easy task for the Buckeyes because even Penn State played Michigan really strong in Happy Valley. But I'm looking at this. I seriously think they can win Saturday, but they've got to find a way to beat Wisconsin, beat Penn State, and beat Indiana for sure. They have to beat those teams and then find another way to steal either a Michigan State win or a Purdue win. Am I right?
No,
To
I
be to
agree.
be really comfortable in the tournament.
No, I absolutely agree. I mean, I think if Ohio State could win the next two, if they beat Virginia, they beat Wisconsin, we go to 18-8, we're looking great. Then all you basically got to do is beat Penn State in like in Indiana or win a game of the Big Ten tournament. The Virginia win will be a quad one win, massive win. I my thing is I know you said you don't like it. I really like playing Virginia at this point in the season because it's a different style. It's not a Big Ten team. You're getting a different taste, and I feel like it's going to revitalize the guys because now you're kind of in the dog days of the season, mid February. It's kind of monotonous. Go to Nashville. I feel like for the weekend, for a long weekend, Saturday. I feel like that's gonna put a pep in their step, man. And I feel like it's gonna be a very good trip, and it's not a far trip either. It's like a
I
5 hour.
mean, it's still a short turnaround game where they got to turn around and play Tuesday night against Wisconsin. So,
Yeah, no, I mean
but
they do
like,
have off Monday. They do have off Monday though because of
yeah,
President's Day.
I look at it. I really look at it this way. They, I think with looking at it, throwing Saturday out the door, like forget Saturday. You're looking at the Big Ten tournament standings and probably seedings. I think the must wins rest of the way are Wisconsin and the two road games against Iowa and Penn State. And I know I'm overlooking Michigan State, but I just don't see a way Ohio State goes up to the Breslin Center
Uh,
and wins that game.
Look, if they win that,
All
that
they're
would be
in.
incredible. They're in. I'm not saying it's impossible because they did what was it a year ago or 2 years ago when what's his name hit that massive shot. Um, oh my God, why am I forgetting his name? You know the shot. Um, now look him.
We didn't
Ohio.
beat them up, or they beat us. We beat them here. I know what game you're talking about.
No, we won, dude. He hit. It was the transfer from Baylor. Um, why am I not remembering this? Yeah, 2023. It was yeah, no, we won. It was 60-57 and in the Breslin Center. Um, and who was it? It was Dale Bonner. Dale Bonner. You don't remember it, dude? Dale Bonner
Oh
back
yeah.
three at the buzzer. And we won 60-57. It's totally doable, but it's rare. And like it hasn't happened. Like I feel like it happens once every like 5 years, so I feel like they've kind of used that up. But it's possible. It's possible. I like we saw Michigan. I'm using like Michigan as like a common opponent for Ohio State and Michigan State here. Both Ohio State, Michigan State played Michigan pretty hard, and then they kind of fizzled out at the end. Um, and obviously Sunday was Michigan just absolutely dominated Ohio State. But the first time they played, I thought it was pretty close. So it could happen. It's basketball. It's chaotic. Anything could happen, man. I'm not chalking that one up as an L. I don't think we're gonna win, but I'm not rolling over and saying, oh, that's an L. That's anything could happen. It's a coin flip.
I'm chalking it up as an L,
L.
but I do think after tonight, them showing life, I think we're going to get Wisconsin at home. I think,
Yeah.
and I know I've been talking about this. At first, I didn't think we were going to win at Iowa, but now I think we can. I think we will. Um, I the Penn State, depending on what we do against Purdue, I still think we're going to beat Penn State. I think we're going to win Senior Day. I think we're going to send Devin Royal, and I know it's not Devin Royal's not a senior, but I think we're going to send Devin Royal and Bruce Thornton out on a great note.
Mhm.
And I think we're going to win senior day against Indiana. Um, the Purdue one, as much as I sit here and think that the Michigan State game is a guaranteed loss, I don't think the Purdue game is because
Interesting, because I'm flipped. I think the Michigan State one's the winnable one. I think Purdue is the loss.
here's why I think Purdue is struggling. And I think we match up well. I think Diebler matches up well against Purdue. We as a head coach, I think he's beat them twice.
He has, yeah, I believe you're correct. I know he beat
And
them.
even though both of them been at home, but I think we just match up and we coach very well. It's on Sunday afternoon. We know how that we know Sunday afternoon games can get pretty jacked up. I think we played Michigan at a bad spot. We played them on Super Bowl Sunday. I know the shot was hyped, but I think we came off a late night road game, didn't we?
I think you're. Was it Maryland?
Yeah, Maryland Thursday
Maryland.
night against Maryland. It
Maryland.
was a
Yeah.
nine
Yeah.
o'clock tip. Coming back, got we had plane issues coming
Oh, we
back.
did. I didn't even hear. I did
Yeah,
not
so
know
we were
about that.
still we were still in Maryland until late Friday. So I think, and we didn't, and then of course the Italian opera singer had the shot a weekend, and then we couldn't practice on the gym, so we got as many shots off in the gym as Michigan did over the weekend for practice. So we had to, so everything was just off about that game.
And we're not making excuses, but it does mess up the routine. So that's absolutely fair. But it is, I mean, when it comes to tournament time, it could be good. Hey, sometimes things don't go to plan. You got to change the routines, learning experience. Um, I just my thing about Purdue is I our best player is Bruce. Purdue's best player is Braden Smith. Braden Smith is unreal as a guard. So that matchup alone,
Ooh, Purdue did beat Nebraska.
that matchup's going to be tough for Bruce. But like you said, we can beat them. They have Fletcher Lawyer, and they
So
obviously have
okay,
a
I
seven
must have been
footer.
not paying attention much because I saw that they lost back-to-back games at Illinois, but they lost back-to-back games against UCLA, Illinois, Purdue. But now they are on a tear. They beat Maryland by 30 at Maryland. They beat Oregon by 4 and they beat Nebraska by 7. They play Saturday against Iowa at Iowa and then they play Tuesday night against Michigan at home. Ooh, we get them in a good time, Dan. So they've got, listen to this. Purdue has Michigan at home, turns around, plays their arch rivals at home, then Michigan State at home, and then they travel to the Buckeyes.
I like it. Okay. Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's
But
a gauntlet for
basketball's so
Purdue.
chaotic right now. Northwestern's up by like 10 on Michigan, by the way. It's the first half. It's Northwestern is beating Michigan right now. Now
How hard is it to play at Northwestern?
it's sleepy. It's a sleepy
There,
place to play.
there is no energy in that arena, but it's probably one of the hardest places to play because there's no energy in the arena.
Except it's not like, but you would think it would be like that at the shot, but it's for
Let's
different.
talk about the shot. Is it time for them to completely for men's and women's basketball? They do it for women's, unless they're got Caitlin Clark coming in. Is it time for them to shut down during the weekday games? Shut the Terrence level down and just move everybody down.
I wouldn't hate that. Um, I mean, my issue is too. It's like you know, up top, the tickets were like $7 tonight. It's like okay, great, but then to sit down below, it's like 150. It's like I would rather just have them take away the top and then just maybe reduce the tickets down below because I'm not like I would like to go, but I'm not inclined to go sit with up in the nosebleeds. I would rather just pay
I'm not sitting in
a mid
row. I'm not
a
sitting
mid
where we
price.
sat for Creed.
No, but the thing is too, like for Creed, it was sold out because it's a top talent.
Yeah,
With Ohio State basketball, you're
when they're playing USC on
and
Wednesday night
honestly, that's not even the worst one. Like it's like when they play
during
like
rush hour.
if they play. like Rutgers
It's
or
like
like
when they played Grambling State on a Tuesday night.
yeah, it's just it does you're not they're not incentivizing it well for the fans. And
Well, somebody made I forget what podcast I was listening to, but somebody made up a great point and said, "Oh, it's the Doug Laramie and Bill Landis show." They
great show.
talked,
I've gotten into them lately too.
yeah,
Great. Ever since Blake went on,
yeah.
great show.
Did you listen to the last episode? I
No, I
forget
haven't.
who they had on there. They were talking about Doug Laramie has no clue about college Ohio State basketball, but he brought on Adam Girardi and stuff. And they talked. Oh, it was the land grant guy. I forget what his name is, but
Okay.
they talked about the guy from land grant said, "I wish back in 1996 I could go back in time and slap the crap out of the designers of the shot." But then again, like Bill Landis said, and Adam Girardi said, well, the Blue Jackets weren't in existence yet. Because you got to think about we have two massive arenas, 4 miles from each other. If in 1996, when the plan for the shot came out, and we had the Blue Jackets, I feel like we would have a 15, 16,000 seat arena.
I agree. It's I mean what I compare the shot to is like the Prudential Center. If anyone's ever been in the Prudential Center, it's it's an NHL arena for the Devils, but Seton Hall also plays there. And that's kind of like what happened, except we got two different arenas. It's like the shot literally, if you ever go into Prudential Center, you'll go to the shot and be like, this is the Prudential Center. I mean, you just have to go there to believe it. It's
It's the fourth largest college basketball arena in the country. You got the Yum Center down in Louisville, but the problem is out of those four teams, Tennessee is one of them. I forget who the other. Kentucky, Tennessee, Arkansas,
they're all college towns, solely
um,
college.
Ohio. Okay, we've got Ohio State, Kentucky, Louisville, Tennessee, and Arkansas. Right, top
Yeah.
five.
Those are all
We're no,
they're
we're
all
number four.
college.
Right.
Yeah.
There's a problem. I know we had some great years from '99 to 2013 with some great Ohio State basketball, in my eyes. Here's a problem now. We're not that good. Our history, we haven't made the Sweet 16 since 2013, 14, whatever it was. And we're having trouble selling out the arena even for big games. But those other four schools aren't. Because right now, those schools are good basketball programs. They're consistently in the NCAA tournament.
Well, here's something else I think we need to address. And I'm going to be very fair, I think, with this, but also they need criticism. The Buckeye Nut House needs to get their act together. The whole student section, it's not good. It's not good at all. And I know the students are going to hate saying that. They need to step up. And they need to give away, they need to make the tickets free, I think, for the students, just to get the guys, them to go.
Entice them, man. Like, entice
It's
them to
like
go
I remember.
because,
I mean, I remember years ago. I think it was like when I was there, like 10 years ago, it was like $200 for the season tickets. So I'm sure it's like probably like 300-400 bucks now. Kids aren't going to pay that. College kids are not paying that to go see this team. You gotta make that free. And I guarantee
again,
you, for
entice
free,
them.
the atmosphere will be so much better. Because also, you see the upper bowl. The
No,
half
what
the
you
upper bowl
do
is
is
empty.
you do what every other freaking Big Ten school does. You you put the band up in the little 200 level,
Yeah.
and then you start from under the hoop to the other side of the hoop, behind the benches, and make that all student section. Stop
Yeah.
sending students to the Terrence level.
No, absolutely. It's not like they're losing money because there's so many empty seats in the stadium already. You could fit the students.
And you could still put your donors on the other side of the
You absolutely could.
like.
And you're gonna make it up in concessions and beer and all these things that these kids are gonna buy. And they're gonna get rowdy. And that's the way you fix the atmosphere, right then and there. I'm telling you, it's not rocket science.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Absolutely.
From under the baseline, wrap around where this nut house is now to the other side of the baseline. Make it look like a C,
Yep.
and then you could put cat fancies of the world on the other side.
Well, that's
The fact
probably
that when you're watching Ohio State basketball, you see people sitting.
Well,
Like,
it's too corporate. It's too corporate for a college basketball arena. And the corporate has the whole section. It's the B section. They have a bunch of boxes and stuff where we sat for the Oregon game last year. They have their own section. Put them there. Put the wine and cheese club people there. That's totally fine. And it's such an easy fix. It really is.
and then you put like guys like you and me still in the lower bowl who will get up and cheer.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're
Yep.
like, it's like things need to change. Granted, we wish the Blue Jackets existed back in 1996 when the floor plan came in front of us. Because here's what I think would have happened. I think, okay, Nationwide Arena is coming in because we know a hockey team's coming in. Let's tear down St. John's Arena. Let's build a new arena that's about the same capacity as St. John, and we can make it acoustic and make it very loud in there. And I really think people would actually go. If you reduced our seating at the Schott by 5,000, I think we could start.
I'll say this though. I'm gonna be fair to the shot here because we're the state of Ohio State basketball. We gotta talk about the shot. Where I'm fair with the shot is I think one the court itself, gorgeous court, one of the best beautiful courts in the Big Ten. Am I correct here? Like it's stunning
I
design.
haven't seen it in person, but
It's beautiful, gorgeous court. So I'll give them credit there. I think they've done an excellent job, excellent to phenomenal. Honestly, the concessions you can get so much stuff.
top
Uh,
notch.
I mean, you can get beer, popcorn, wings, like
Huge team shop.
huge team shop. So the amenities and concessions are great. I think the parking's pretty solid too because you can either park and get bussed in, or you park right across the river, like the walk across the bridge by St. John's, or in the parking garage right there. I think that it's easy to get in and out of. It's just they got to figure out just getting the students in there. That's just getting the fans in there.
Well, it doesn't help too. Like somebody made a great point, and you can vouch for this because you were a student. Think about it in like a Wednesday night at 9 o'clock. You got to walk from one end of campus to the other end of campus just to get to the arena. And if it's cold and snowy like it has been, that's gonna be tough. That had to have been tough.
You know what it was? I remember specifically it was 2014, 15 season. Ohio. It was with D'Angelo Russell. We were playing Maryland, and it was like a late January game, and like we left. It was like a 7 o'clock game, I want to say, and we left around like 5 to go get dinner on High Street, and then walk to the stadium. And it was cold, and like we I was like, I don't want to do this. And like we were like diehard fans, like season ticket holders. I'm like, wait, I don't know if I want to do this. So that's a very valid point. Um, if only they could get like buses maybe for the students. Like I know threes, like Great Bar, they have the threes bus, and it like they will go pick kids up on like 4th Street or Summit and bring them to the bar. If they could, if a couple bars could do something like that, maybe, and like kids go pregame at the bar, students or fans, and you shuttle them in to the stadium, I think that has some value
I
there.
think if you entice the students by busing them in, getting them in the arena early, and getting the place loud, and you give them like if you're of age, you give them a free
You
drink
can,
too.
you can bus them from the Union.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's honestly the Union's a great central
meet
spot.
at the Union and bus them.
Bus them to the Union and bus them back.
Yeah, exactly.
No, there's a lot. I mean, lot of things they can do, but I'm not trying to be critical of the program because they just had a great win tonight, and I'm excited. I've been trying to get into basketball this year. It's taking me a little longer than usual, but like we're here. It's February 11th, and Ohio State they have a chance to make the tournament, and that's all I really want. I know like
Here's my dream of Ohio State basketball. My expectations: make the tournament every year. Every couple years, make the Sweet 16, and then every 5 years, make a run for the Final Four.
I would
All I
say
want.
every decade maybe Final Four.
That's all I want.
Yeah.
Compete for a couple Big Ten titles here and there. We don't need a 1 seed every year. Like,
No.
still focus NIL in football, and let's get back to getting to the Sweet 16 regularly. getting in the tournament, getting to the Sweet 16, and then every 8 to 10 years we make a Final Four run, maybe a national championship title game run, and I'm
I,
happy.
I think that's totally fair. It's not with the resources Ohio State has too. They just have to allocate it better, I think. I think there's so much focus on football. It's like but I think we're over focused on football. I think the team is loaded. I think this team is, the football team is going to be fine. I think maybe we don't go after one or two transfer portal guys. Like we got the Notre Dame kicker today or whatever. Like we could have probably gotten like a good backup power forward or something for what we probably got for that. I don't know how much we got paid for the Notre Dame kicker, but like it just did we really need
And you
another
even seen his
kicker?
stars next to his name.
I know, and I don't know how much we spent for him. I'm just example, like if you paid him 100,000, 200,000 bucks, I feel like you can get a good backup for that too in basketball. Like who's probably more valuable than the backup
Oh,
kicker?
and also too, last year really hurt because Diebler wasted not Diebler, but like we brought in Ahmad Bradshaw,
Yeah,
total waste. Paid a
yeah.
lot of money for him, total waste. And I feel like the guys we did get out of the portal this year, we're getting a lot of production, like Tilly. We're getting a lot of production out of
Which
Tilly.
I like to. I think
Yeah,
people are
Puff
critical.
Johnson, who missed quite a bit of the year because of other reasons, but he's starting to come along. And like again, I'm not as optimistic as some because I've seen from '99 to 2013, I had some fun years watching Ohio State basketball.
Yeah.
Is it proved me wrong? It's like, hey, prove me wrong.
Well, my thing is too
If they win
when it comes
Saturday, I'm going to feel a lot better.
when it comes to March, if you have guards that get hot, like a duo that gets hot, you're gonna be tough to beat. Thornton and Mobley are like the quintessential. Hey, these guys could get hot. If they get hot for a couple weeks in March, the team's gonna make a run. I'm telling you right now. Like if they both just start scoring 30 a
Evan
game,
Royal,
and then Devin Royal kicks in like 20 points a game,
just get. I
absolutely,
think they can make the Sweet 16 if they get hot.
absolutely. No, if this team plays at their potential, their peak, it's gonna be tough to do. But if they do it, I have no doubt they can make the Sweet 16.
As long as we don't get a Oral Roberts that has the highest offense efficiency in the country as a 15 seed.
Yeah, no, that I don't, hopefully not. I don't know.
Okay, how would you feel? Say, all right, Dan, we knock off Virginia, we beat Wisconsin, we still lose to Michigan State and Purdue, but we beat Penn State, Iowa, and Indiana. I think we're secured in
Oh,
regardless.
easily. I think that's
I think
20.
we'd be secured when, regardless of anything in the tournament.
Oh,
Would
yeah.
you be opposed? Because remember the last time we were in the tournament, um, we were the 2 seed and got smoked
Well,
by Oral. Well, we lost to Oral Roberts. We didn't get
yeah.
smoked, but we were gassed
Yeah, because of the
because
Big Ten.
every single Big Ten tournament game we played in, we went to overtime that year. Because remember, you went to the Illinois championship game and we went to overtime in that game.
Yeah.
We were gassed.
And that was such a great game, by the way.
Would
It
if
sucks we
we
lost that.
say if we win again, say if we win Saturday, we beat Wisconsin, but we still lose to Michigan and Purdue, but we win the other games, we'd be a lock. Would you be opposed to see the Buckeyes lose the first round in the tournament game, get fresh because you just won some
Yeah.
games?
No, that I think that would be ideal. I mean, you're talking about this team's already probably 21, 22 wins. We would easily be in. And our first game would be probably probably be Thursday or Friday. It'd be kind of
It'd
further.
be Thursday.
Yeah, a loss there would not kill you. It would not be like a quad four loss. It'd probably be like a quad two at that point. So I no, I that no problem with that. Because if we're not gonna win the Big Ten,
And we'd probably be like a 10. We'd probably be a 10 or
not a nine. I think a nine
10
seed.
or a 9 seed. And you could get, I'd rather, honestly, we could probably get a 7 seed, which regardless, we'd play a 2 or 1 in the second round. So
And it depends on who the two or one is. I mean,
If it's Michigan,
It would not be Michigan. I don't think. I don't
no,
think
they wouldn't. Well, they could.
they could. I doubt it. I don't think we would end up with Michigan. It'll probably be like
Arizona.
you. I would love to play Arizona, brother, because Arizona
LeBron
always
James
Arizona always messes up in the tournament. So I would love to play.
and LeBron James would be at that game.
Yeah, that too. Um, but yeah, no, I'm all for that.
So are we both in agreement that we think they're going to win Saturday?
Yeah, they're winning. They're
I
beating
think they're going to
Virginia.
upset
I'm
Virginia too.
calling on the record. But we got a minute here. I just want to say thank you for listening to another episode of the Bunch of Nuts, our special State of Ohio State Basketball 2026. I'm Dan, and I am proud to say that I think Ohio State basketball is decent. We're decent. You know, it's
We're
strong.
okay.
Union is strong. Go Bucks.
Go Bucks.